Okay, good. Season two is about to begin. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Hello, and it's been a 5 week hiatus, and I am excited, and I hope you are too. I am back with a whole bunch of surprises. Your girl has been busy so that later on down the line I could be booked and busy. Um, and it's all in preparation for a greater purpose. So let's get started. This week, of course, welcome back to G Spot 967 at YouTube. And we got a rotational format. First week of the month, we got um the first week, well, right now we're in the third week of the month, which is the entertainment segment. And it couldn't have come at a greater time. The 5 week hiatus could not have come at a greater time. Like, so much is going on with regards to entertainment. I want to touch on some things. I want to, when you read the introduction to this segment, this segment in and of itself holds a special place for me because, and I'm going to tell you, because I am so in love with the arts. I've developed a fondness for the arts from a very, very young girl. Very, very young. From my very first movie, where I found my very first love, my very first husband. He didn't know it. He still doesn't know it that he's my husband. I have many, many husbands, boyfriends, fiancés that are on the silver screen, that are on the stage, that are whatever they do, what they do, how they do, they just are. So it came through entertainment. Entertainment is a form of relaxation for me. It's also a form of escape. And sometimes the latter could be a little bit too much because I work. I work hard, and I play harder. Um, and entertainment is a form of play for me. So, is there anybody else out there who can identify with that? And if so, great. Put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. Um, just wanted to touch on a few things about entertainment because this is officially, I told you guys in the first season that this is a living, breathing organism and it's starting out as a baby. Let me fix my collar. Nobody ain't telling me I was looking kind of crazy. I might even have missed a button. Lord have mercy. Talk about entertainment. Somebody out there laughing at you, girl. Um, Getting a little bit of comedy on. Fix my, oh my goodness. The whole shirt. Okay, so while I fix this shirt, find out where I went wrong at. Um, I'm not giving y'all a look at the goodies. It's actually a t-shirt underneath here. But let's talk about entertainment. Entertainment has been a mainstay in societies and communities, cultures for years. We got Hollywood, we got Bollywood for the Indian culture. We have Italy, which has the opera, which is, means work. That's a form of entertainment. The stage, going back to Shakespeare and beyond. We got the British kingdom, the English kingdom, who would have the court gestures come in and entertain the king, and the queen more so, and their court. And in doing so, like if the gesture bored the king or the queen or the crown, the members of the higher courts, higher ups, um, there would be consequences for that. And I'm going to make a direct correlation between that then and that which is now. How harsh we could be and how cruel we could be as a society judging. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of balls, a lot of courage. Mm, and it takes a brave person to get up in front of uh many people and perform and do what they do. So much respect to those who do it. I don't know why I'm struggling with this shirt. I'm not going to make it the bane of my existence, but it seems like my collars are a little bit askew. But I don't know. But they're straight. But they're straight. Hey, hmm, they are straight. Um, I'm looking all crazy on camera. Anybody saying nothing? Okay, so I'm not gonna make this the bane of my existence. We're going to keep the party going. Okay, yeah, that's right. It's right. It is right. But for some reason, am I lopsided? Did I lose an inch on one shoulder? No. Okay, so um what's happening is that there would be that thing that would happen lest you entertain or have the higher course. It didn't have to be so much as laughter. It could be you just the art, thought provoking acting, singing, dance, through dance. There's so many different venues, and we're going to touch on all of that in the weeks coming ahead. And what goes with entertainment. Let's talk about what goes with entertainment. Food. We're going to talk about those things as well. Lord have mercy. I'm making this shirt the vein of my existence. I don't know. And I'm calling attention to it because you guys probably wouldn't even notice it. Oh, now it's straight. You guys probably wouldn't even have noticed it if I wouldn't have said nothing. But I digress. So, your girl's a trip. So, um, food. We're going to talk about eateries and good food. There's nothing like good food to go along with entertainment. How many places, how many times have you gone places and found out that, the food was whack, but the entertainment was good? It seemed like it kind of spoiled the whole experience. I don't know if that's for you, but it has been for me. The other aspect of is it stimulates everything. It stimulates the palate. Entertainment, this palate needs to be stimulated. The hearing, your your ocular and your auditory and the brain. The brain is what's powered. Stimulation is everything, and that's what entertainment does. But I want to touch on some things. I want you guys to really enjoy this segment. So your girl has put together some things for the second segment. This is the foundational part of the official launching of the AE segment. Because if you recall from season one, and if you have not gotten with any aspect of season one, if you're just logging on, this is G Spot 967 at youtube.com. We run for 10 weeks in length each season, and we're off in our little hiatus, harnessing our resources, gathering information, putting our ears to the street, getting our people lined up. And we want to talk about that as well. Getting our people lined up and discussing, getting ready for the season to come. So we are officially in season 2. And in season 2, what has happened is that the first season, we had this disclaimer with this particular week, which is A&E. And it was arts and entertainment, not to infringe upon the rights of the actual television channel. Well, hit like a lightning bolt one day when I said, this could be AE. Aries Entertainment. And why Aries Entertainment? I'm glad you asked because I am an Aries and this is going to be charged going forward with Aries energy. Oh, yes. So now let's get going. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. This probably will run and the chat will be open even post stream, post live. Um, and we need you. One of the other things I need to mention that we need a co-host. Last season, I keep going back to last season. So what does that tell you? You might want to go back to last season. Last season, I hinted on having a co-host. Well, since then, that hasn't happened. That individual's unavailable. We need a co-host. Preferably, what are the functions, what are the responsibilities, and what are the duties of the co-host of the AE segment? Well, have your ear to the street and your finger on the pulse of all that which is encompassed in entertainment of what I just described. Food, arts, arts meaning dance, music, song, right? And not just one particular genre, as many genres as possible. Jazz, R&B, hip hop. I mean, just be as well-rounded as possible. And if we don't have the information, guess what? We have you, the listeners, who are there to help us along. Um, Dance. Let's talk about ballet. Let's talk about Alvin Ailey. Let's talk about all of tap. Let's talk about Gregory Hines, all the innovators that made a contribution, Savion Glover. Let's talk about those individuals and who inspired them. That's what this season and the seasons going forward is going to be chocked with. Then that individual also needs to be a foodie. Yes. And I'm not just talking about the lunch truck um, or the corner store bodega sandwich, although those are great things to have, great little things to stimulate the keep the palate stimulated and or stimulated during times of watching any streaming movies, and we'll get on that. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. Yes, have your finger on the pulse of all that because we're going to be running the gamut. Music. Let's talk about music. Music is a form of entertainment. Concerts. Up and coming concerts. Individuals and people who are up and coming, who we need to keep our eyes on because they're on their way. Their star is about to pop. So that's what I'm looking for in a co-host. And if you have what it takes to be a co-host with G Spot 967 at youtube.com, come on over. The email G_spot, and I'll put it in the chat, G_spot 829 at Yahoo is where you will put your information, send your information, your queries, and any other questions that you have about the position as a co-host, co-facilitator at here, G Spot 967 on youtube.com, the Aries entertainment segment. And that's the third week of the month. Now, next week, we do our interviews. For that week, that's my baby, sort of, kind of. And I like to do the interviews. There's no co-host needed for that week. And for next week, we are doing For the Win. And you will love this gentleman. He is a pleasure to talk with. He's my Aries brother. From the first time we met, it was like we clicked. So I want you guys to come back next week and for the win. And we're going into an in-depth interview. That is going to be fun too. Our past interviews have been yes, yes, darlings, Essentials health and beauty care products. The young lady, we did an interview. It was really, really nice. It was really, really sweet. It was really, really mellow. It was really out of my element because, you know, your girl is always like on 10, but she really, her aura and her energy really had me leveled out. And it was a really nice, well-rounded interview. Then we had Kettlebell Shells, which was at the top of the year, the first interview of the first season of the premiere for for us, and it was such a treat. And you guys, fitness, we talked about fitness at the top of the year. So come on back, guys, just keep coming back. The first week of the month, we're trying to fire this thing up. We're trying to get 2 or 3 co-hosts for that too. And with that, we need someone, job qualifications and functions and duties. It's not a job, it's just like something you're doing until we get clicks. And then I know you're going to be like beating down the door for a paycheck because, you know, this right here generates moolah. So, but for right now, a co-host, co-facilitators, functions, preferably would be to be able to offer up good information on whatever the topic is for that week. The second week as well, we're going to be doing the same thing, the catchy topics, catchy titles to draw you in. And then we bring you in, and it's sort of like a cipher, and you are sucked in and you can't get out until we let you out. um, so that's my little plug for that. And in the next plug, which is at 2:45, we're going to talk about some other things that are going on under a sub umbrella or the parent umbrella of G Spot. But let's get back to entertainment. Entertainment. We gave a little bit of history on it, and now we're going to come down the road to like mid-centuries and how it has advanced, and when the TV came along, or when the silent movies came along. That era was proving itself to be the golden era or the silver era, have you, of entertainment. And no longer was there the stage, and no longer was there the court gestures, and no longer was there, you know, opera where the person had to use their voice as the optimal muscle to carry out amongst the crowds and to entertain. Inventions were made, megaphones were made, I can't call it sonographs and megagraphs, and those things were invented to help in the effort to get the optimal use of entertaining larger crowds. Wow. And then it became about generating income. Someone got the idea to monetize off of it, off of entertainment, off of entertainers, because they saw that societies, there was a place for it, there was a market for it. So it became monetized. 1920, one of the theaters, movie houses, they called probably back then, or show houses, AMC today, which I know it had no, with all the technological advances and all the different audio systems and all the different visual effects that they have now, 3D, 2D, 4D, laser. I'm just naming a few. I'm just rattling off the top of my head. You know, AMC is one of the places that started off as a theater house back in 1920, and it's actually over 100 years old. And what do you do with that? Like, I would like to know how they were able to thrive for 100 plus years, and allow themselves to be reinvented over and over again and again, to the point where they're actually standing and actually generating movies, right? They kept their finger on the pulse for a number of years. Um, and actually, AMC is one of the theaters where I buy into their program. 3 movies per week, 24.99. Is that a small plug? Yes, it is, because I am a movie goer. And as we go along, you will see that. Um, what else is there to talk about? Is there anybody in here? Let me put some stuff in the chat for the female to throw your hat in the ring, so to speak, about to throw your hat in the ring. This is where you will go. G spot, G underscore spot 829 at yahoo.com. Then there is what else is there? We're finding our way, guys. I want you to come on. There's a lot to be said about entertainment. There's a lot of current events that's going on in the world of entertainment. A lot of the stuff, there are a lot of other, there are so many other outlets, other YouTube channels, other commentators, other facilitators, other hosts that will touch on those parts. I do not want to touch on those things because that is not the driving force that I envisioned this platform to be on. I want this platform to be on you. What drives this is you. What makes this happen is you. And by you coming on, giving the onus to the name YouTube, the channel is really about you. You get up every day, you go to work, and on Sundays or whatever day that we land, which is right now, our landing pot is Sunday at 2 p.m. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. for the next 10 weeks, now 9. You can count on me to be here. Our parent umbrella, parent or unilateral, I don't want to call it a subsidiary because it was in place way before G Spot came. So this would be our parent, which is integrative wellness. And integrative wellness, what is it? Glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. With that being said, integrative wellness is a place that offers mental, emotional, behavioral, and spiritual, collaborative, interactive, and engaging services that assist and aid with balance, plain and simple. And in doing so, what has happened is there's a reboot and a rebirth going on over there. And how are we doing that? We're doing events, bringing people together, pushing the brand, getting people out there, and making it known that we are here and we are here to stay. Okay, so the first event is, and you can go over to the event page on Facebook and on Instagram. The mask is just for show. October 19th, 2024, 7:30 p.m. There is going to be a masquerade ball. You need to be a part of this. Early registration is $50. The venue that we're using does not allow pandering of any alcoholic beverages on site. So there are beverage bundles available with your ticket. What do you get for $50 early registration? I'm glad you asked. You get one free alcoholic beverage. One alcoholic beverage. It's not free because you're paying $50. And with the or 2 non-alcoholic beverages, whatever your preference is. It's either or. It's not and. There will be regular beverages water, carbonated and non-carbonated beverages that come standard with the ticket, a three-course meal. Your purchase of your ticket automatically enters you in a contest for the best donned and or diva out outfit. Yes. So come with your A game. This is why we're getting started early on this. The mask is just for show, is the event, and it is coming. It is coming October 19th in Broadway. Come out. I'm sorry, Roselle. Right? $50. I said 30. Lord have mercy. $50 early registration. Uh, Also, there's limited capacity. Please, when we get to 100 people, I have sold some tickets. When we get to 100 people, that will be it. It's an intimate engagement, and there's a reason why for that. You will not, you can contact me with for information 973-957-2101. Call me, text me. If you need a ticket and you are in my area, we can make that happen. Questions, thoughts, concerns, queries. I am here. There's also a sister organization that I am with and that I am aligned with. And I find the women just so adorable over there. They're so gosh darn adorable. Sisters in Spirit. And what they are doing is on Mother's Day in East Orange. I don't have the information right in front of me, but they also have an event page on Facebook. Uh, they're having a Mother's Day. So, you guys, you dolls, you ladies, you gents, you moms, you daughters, you husbands and wives, I could go on and on and on. If you have anybody in your life who's a mom and you want to celebrate them, go on over and take them to a play and dinner and have a gosh darn good time. What comes with your $50 ticket is a meal, food, 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 a play, entertainment, 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 and some interacting with some really good people who want to celebrate the women in their life that are moms. If you have not given birth the natural way, whatever your relationship is with your mom or as a mom, or if your children are estranged from you, the fact still remains is that you are a mother. And happy Mother's Day. Whether she's here or not, celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. That's my plug for that. So now we're going back to the entertainment at 2:30. So now we are here and we are talking about entertainment. In recent days, your girl, I'm gonna jump back. Your girl has had the opportunity. Let me tell you a little bit about me with entertainment. I like originality. I like stimulation. I like for you to draw me in, whether it be through dance, whether it be through music, whether it be through movies, whether it be through stage, whatever it is, food, it has to, whatever it is, it has to draw me in. And yesterday, I had the rare treat of going to the movies, the movie house that I mentioned, AMC. I went to the movies yesterday and I saw the movie Abigail. Yes, Abigail. And it was just such a treat. I was just going on an off chance to just have something to do. I saw the previews, I saw the trailer some months ago, and it was like, okay, all right, hmm, something different. And It exceeded my expectations. It exceeded my expectations, and it had a nice story. It pulled at the heartstrings a little bit, not enough to bring tears to the eyes because it wasn't that type of movie, but it did have a story, and I was quite pleased. Um, I'm looking forward to it coming on to cable or one of my streaming services because that would be something that I would watch again. Simply put. So if you have not gone out and if you're interested in going out, Abigail, the movie Abigail, is definitely a must see. Is there anything else? Ooh, these headphones. I don't know how someone could sit here. I mean, is there a hack or something to do? Because ears are sweaty. So there must be some type of hack. I gotta tap into all these other more experienced YouTubers to see what it is they do. I am just letting it be known that I am a newbie at this. Music. Mm, I like music. Oh, we would be on here all day and night talking about the different genres of music. Because over the years, I've evolved as a person, and in evolving, I've found that music has been something that has been a mainstay in my life, all of my life, probably before I even came into the world. You know, um, there's this poem, "Music Soothes the Savage Beast." Well, music has a way of doing that. And it also has a way of evoking something in me as well. So there you have it. Depending on what it is and where my mindset is at and what I'm trying to do and what mood I'm trying to strive for, music can do that. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. So, what about you guys? What about music? Does it set the mood for you? Does it put you in a mood? Um, let's talk about that in the chat. Does music set the mood for you? Do you look for certain music to bring out something in you? What? Let's talk about that. I know one song I was listening to lately for some reason on YouTube. I've been really veering towards rather, not zooming, veering towards old school R&B. And this morning, I was at the gym. Yeah, I had to throw that in there. I was at the gym this morning, and it was cool down period. Um, and there's this group. The group is called The Moments, and shortly thereafter, shortly thereafter, they became what I think they were more famous or just as famous, but they became Ray Goodman and Brown. But the Moments had a very, very good run at success, especially in the 70s. Um, especially in the 70s. Um, as Ray Goodman and Brown, you guys may have remembered Happy Anniversary. Um, my dear. That's a very, but I don't want to get distracted. But the Moments, look at me, I'm in love as the Moments. But the one, Melissa Etheridge, I think her name was the one who penned this song and actually sang it first and Cry Out Loud. And well, Ray Goodman and Brown, when they were the Moments, redid this song. And this morning I had a chance to really, really absorb the lyrics. And Wow. Wow. Just that's your assignment, guys, to listen to Cry Out Loud. Either version is just as wonderful. The vocals are on point, both. But of course, because my ear and how I was reared and raised, I veer more towards Ray Goodman and Brown, the moments, and but Melissa Etheridge, I think her name is Melissa Etheridge. Um, Cry out loud. I can't. I think I said her name right. But listen to the song, and it's definitely a song that evokes some. I said Melissa Etheridge, Melissa Manchester. That's her name. But listen to the song. It's definitely, and that's another thing with music. If you are in tune and listening, it's like an art piece. When you're looking at it, you could see one person could see one thing and another person could see another thing. Music does that too. You could be listening to the same song, listening to the same verses and stanzas and hook, and each person could hear something different, and it could evoke conversation. And I'll be interested in having a conversation when someone comes on in later episodes, of course. So let's do another plug. 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 Integrated wellness series of events that are coming up, of 5 events, because the events are not, we're not trying to morph into an event planning or events at all. This is strictly for an opportunity to push the brand, generate buzz about what it is I do, where I'm at, and who I am. And so the first one is, like I said just a few moments ago, the mask is just for show. Masquerade Ball. Come ready. Get your tickets. $50. Early registration. What comes with your ticket? A beverage, alcoholic or mocktail, cocktail or mocktail. Um, Beverage bundles beyond that. Alcoholic, one for $10, three for 25. Non-alcoholic, mocktails, one for 7, three for 15. 3-course meal, music, fun, energy like you wouldn't believe, and a host that's there to please. And your ticket also enters you in a contest of who has the most original and flyest get up. You will, you will, you will, you will, you will be please. The second event is February 14th, 2025. The venue, the first venue is in Roselle at 841 East St. George Avenue. It's a vibe, 7:30 to 12:01. Why 12:01? You will, if you get there in the house, you will find out why. It's all going to make sense by and by. Then on February 14th, 2025, which is the day, Valentine's Day, we are going to have When Love Is All There Is. Venue to be announced. We're working on the kinks on that. Couples, early, I think the couples fee for early registration, early purchase tickets will be $60. After, I'm not going to get that far ahead, but I do know that they are $60. And for a single, Yes, because you can love up on yourself on Valentine's Day. For all you singles who are out there who love up on you, take yourself out. Don't sit in the house thinking that Valentine's Day is just for lovers. Valentine's Day is just for you too. You might meet somebody there and have the opportunity to come back and celebrate Valentine's Day with somebody the next year. So if you are single and you love up on yourself, even if you don't, early registration is $40. For a couple is 60. So, and after a certain date, I think after September or October 14th, the tickets go up, and you don't want that. You want to get your ticket early. Somewhere in there, we are also having a murder mystery brunch. We're looking at May. We're looking at one of the kids' castle up in Verona, New Jersey. A Saturday, 2 to 6:30. Oh my God, let's have fun. Then checking on down the road. In August 17th, 2025, we have Sit, Taste, and Create. Sit, Taste, and Create. And we're going to do that. And you come out. There's going to be some painting. There's going to be some sifting. There's going to be some sifting. You heard that? You're going to be some tasting going on. And we're not trying to feed you, load you down. We're just going to have light snacks. We're going to have pairing with wines. For you, those of you who do not drink, who do not imbibe, we have something for you too. We have non-alcoholic beverages that will stimulate the palate, that are paired with veals, cheeses, fruits, grapes, strawberries, etc., 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 to stimulate your palate and to pair and just have a good time. And you get to create and enjoy and be around people and interact and engage and share your energy. And then we take a break. With that. And then we start, because we are then preparing for the fundraiser, Integrative Wellness Poetry Slam fundraiser. Oh, I love poetry. So everything that we're talking about today is interwoven into. Come out. You can Google me, Integrative Wellness Life Coaching with Tisha Glover. Go to my Wix powered page. All of this stuff is there. My information is in the chat. The first one is one we're pushing. If you are interested in becoming a co-host or a co-facilitator, let's get this thing up and running. And with that, I am going to conclude this segment. Next week, come back with us. We have an interview. There will be more than just my pretty face on the screen. You're going to meet and get a chance to talk to a gentleman. And the title of next week's interview is For the Win.